I have a simple question for you. Have you experienced your dip yet? The dip is an experience that every single man experiences at least once in their lives. Absolutely nobody escapes from it. And if you have experienced this, you will know what I will be talking about. But if you haven't, I want you to be careful. And what better way to explain this concept than with a story from my life? I was in an apartment of a person that I just met. And for some context, I was with a girl at that time. And it was the first day of school, and we had plans to meet each other, to hang out with each other. But when I saw her, as soon as I left the school, I saw her, she wasn't alone. She had 4 or 5 friends that I've never met before. I only knew about them, I've heard about them, but that was the first time I saw them. And I got shocked a bit. I expected to see only her so that we hang out only the two of us. But no, that wasn't the case. She invited her friends. So we would spend time together and she would spend time with her friends. We didn't talk about that. And I didn't have the balls to tell her that, bro, we talked about something. We should have done like this. No, I just went with it. I felt really bad because I wanted to spend time with her, but she had other plans. I felt awful because I wanted to spend time with her and only her, but she invited other people. And I was weak at that time. So I went with it. So there I was in an apartment of a person that I just met. We went and stayed in an apartment of one of those friends. And as soon as I entered the apartment, I realized something was wrong. Something was off. But I couldn't tell what was it. As soon as I entered, my girl acted a bit differently. She became almost distant. Yeah, of course, she spent time with me. Yeah, of course, she talked with me. She looked at me. But it was more like she wanted other people to see that she was paying attention to me, but she really didn't want to. I didn't realize that at that time, but that was exactly what was happening. And at that time, I wasn't social. I was really weird. So I ended up not spending time with anyone. I didn't know how to socialize. I didn't know how to speak with those people. We were at the same school and I couldn't find something in common to talk about. And I sat on a chair for half an hour just looking at everybody. Those people asked me like, "Is everything okay? Is everything wrong?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's okay. Something like, yeah, it's okay. It's okay." But I didn't socialize. Like they saw that I wasn't socializing, and I was like an outcast. I wasn't. Didn't feel invited there, and I didn't blame them. Imagine inviting a person to your apartment, and they sit there like in a corner like this, looking at everybody and not talking with anybody. Of course, they acted that way. Of course, they didn't want me there, and I felt empty because that day I was supposed to spend time with my girl. I wanted to spend time with her, but she didn't want that. She didn't want to spend time with me. She wanted to be with her friends and also give me some attention so that I don't feel left out. But I felt empty. And I sat there for an hour, 2 hours. I tried to get comfortable, but it was weird. I didn't socialize. I wanted to speak with only my girl because I only knew her. And it was really awkward until around 2 hours after I entered the apartment, I get a call. It was my dad, and he was really angry. He called me so that I could get home. He told me that I need to get home at that moment. He was really angry, so I didn't have anything to do. I couldn't tell him anything. I had to go home. I explained the situation to my girl that my dad called me to go home, and I told her to come with me. She would always come with me. Every single time I would go home, she would come with me. No. She told me straight up, no, I won't come. I felt betrayed. I felt like something stabbed my heart. I felt pain. I felt just empty. Okay, I told her. And I waved bye and I said bye to everyone and left. I felt empty. I felt that my soul just got out of my body. And I wish that was the whole story. I wish that I could tell you, yeah, I went home and I lived happily ever after with my girl, but that's far from the truth. I walked to the tram, to the public transport, not even wanting to be alive. I knew from the bottom of my heart that something was off. Something was happening. So I walked to the tram, destroyed. I feel like my heart just got out of my body, and I get on the tram. I sit down and I text her to get some closure. I wanted to feel at least okay about it. I wanted to feel safe. I wanted to feel at least okay, to feel that nothing was happening. And I text her, hey, why have you been acting weird today? What's going on? What's happening? And as soon as I see that she read my message, something clicked. She starts typing, and I get millions of thoughts, millions of dark thoughts. It felt like I found a piece of the puzzle that I was looking for all that day. Everything clicked. Why she was acting differently, why she wanted to have friends with her, why she didn't want to come with me home. I knew deep down what was about to happen. While she was typing, like, I just knew. A part of me knew what was about to happen. But the other part begged to not be the case, to not be true. And my heart starts pounding. The few seconds that she was typing that message felt like an eternity until she sends the message. I want to break up. My my world just collapsed. I tilted my head back and I slighted with relief. I knew what was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. But that relief was soon replaced with sadness, with anger. I wanted to know answers. I wanted to know why she left me, why she wanted to break up. But I couldn't. I couldn't talk with her. I couldn't find the words to talk with her. So I told her, okay, and I told her to have a good life. I wanted millions of answers. I had millions of questions, but I didn't want to talk with her. I couldn't find the voice to talk with her, the energy to talk with her. I sent her the last few messages. I put my phone on airplane mode and I went home and cried. And I cried for 2 weeks straight. Every single thought that I would get was about her. Every single thought, even a random thought, was making me cry. It could be something really random. It reminded me of her, and I wanted to cry. I just could cry my eyes out. And it got to the point where I didn't have tears left in me. I was so broken, I literally ran out of tears. My eyes were hurting so bad, I just ran out of tears. That was the story of my first ever breakup. I was depressed for 2 months after. As I said, I cried for 2 weeks just because that one message, that one thing, the dip. After that point, my life hit rock bottom. I hit rock bottom. And the dip is something that I call an experiences or many experiences that made you go so low that you realize that you need to change something in your life. It could be one, it could be two, it could be 10 in a row, back to back to back. But there are one or more experiences that made your life so worse, that made you feel so worse about yourself, that you realize that you need to change something really fast, that you need to stop living like a pussy, and you need to become a man, a real man. And it doesn't have to be a breakup specifically. You could lose a house, you could lose a child, you could lose a loved one, you could lose all of your money and be left on the streets. A girl cheats on you or breaks up with you. It could be combined or individual. It could be one or many. And after those experiences, your life goes so low, it goes so down that you want to genuinely kill yourself. That you genuinely don't find any reason to be alive. That's the dip. And as a man, you can have multiple dips in your life. That was my second ever dip. The first dip was genuinely before I met that girl. I've gotten to the worst point that I met her. Then my life went from here to here. Everything was going so well. I got so attached to her. And after her, another dip. And I went lower than before. Depressed for 2 months, bro. I've been with that girl for 1 month. And I've been depressed for double as much. And as I said, after those experiences, you get massive depression that you almost kill yourself. And I know it doesn't sound sexy. It doesn't sound so nice and happy. It's the reality. Everything just goes down. You lose everything. And you go so down that you either kill yourself or you realize, what the fuck am I doing? What is my life? What am I doing with my life? And you change something. And most men kill themselves after that point. They get to rock bottom, they experience the dip, and they just don't see anything. They don't see any way out of that. They don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And they just kill themselves. Just think, bro. Thousands of men kill themselves after a breakup. Isn't that right? Like a girl dumps them and they're too depressed, they can't do anything about it. That's the dip. But you are strong. A lot of men are strong. They experience the dip, but they realize, bro, I need to change, and they want to change. They are strong. After the dip, they get their life together, and they come out a winner, a warrior. They get out of that and they think, I never want to get that low ever again. I never want to experience that life ever again. So I'm asking you, have you experienced your dip yet? Are you in one right now? Because if you're not in one already, or you haven't experienced one already, you will experience it. If you didn't experience it already, you probably don't know real pain. You probably don't know how depressed you can become. You don't know rock bottom. And let me tell you, it comes randomly. You can't choose when it comes. And my experience is nice. It's good. A breakup is nothing compared to losing a child or having a miscarriage. It's nothing. But it's something for me. It was something for me. It was something huge for me. A dip is a dip no matter what. For a person could be a breakup. For another person could be losing their mother or their father. A dip is a dip. And if you are in one right now, let me tell you, there is hope. You need hope to get out of it. Maybe you've considered suicide already. Maybe you're thinking that life is worthless. Life matters, bro. It's nice to live. Don't do it. If you're in a dip right now, you can get out. It doesn't matter what happened to you. You can always get out of a dip. There are millions of people that got out of their dip. They got their life together, and now they're really successful and they have a lot of money. And they have anything they ever wanted. I wanted to kill myself. And I know it sounds stupid over a breakup, come on, bro. But I didn't. It was a reality. I wanted to do it. I felt hopeless. I felt that there's no progress to be made. But I didn't kill myself. I worked on myself. I put in hours of work so that I can get where I am today. And I'm really grateful I did that. I'm here and I'm better than ever because I didn't quit. I didn't lose the fight. I wanted to fight. I wanted to win. And I'm here. So as I said, if you are in a dip right now, there is hope. And the best way to get out of a dip is to get on self-improvement. That's the way I got out of it. I first started going to the gym, and after a few months, I discovered self-improvement. And my life changed forever because of that. But if you didn't, you will experience it. It will come and hit you harder than ever. And trust me, it will be hard. And I can't tell you what it's going to be because it's different from person to person. But it will come. So you will experience it. But wouldn't you rather to be better so that when you experience it, it's not that hard, it's not that harsh? Wouldn't you rather know that there is a way out of it? And as I said, get on self improvement if you haven't already experienced it. If you have experienced it, something got you out of it. And there's a high chance it was self improvement. But if you got out of it in a fake, like by something, by how do I explain this? If you got out of the dip by getting help from another person, by relying on someone else, like I did, it will come back and it will hit you even harder. I was in a dip, but I found that girl and she helped me get out of it. She helped me see life as it is. She helped me see life more colorful, if you know what I mean. She helped me see that life isn't pointless. But it didn't last. Of course, she made me feel better. But after she was gone, even lower. I went even lower than before. So if you have experienced a dip, even recently, and you relied on someone else or something else to get out of it, get on self improvement as soon as possible. Because the longer you delay it, the longer you are with that person that helps you get out of the dip, the lower you'll go after they're gone. The lower you will feel after that thing goes away. So trust me, trust my word when I say get on self improvement. Start doing the good habits, start going to the gym, start meditating, start gratitude journaling, start being kind to other people, start being more present, be more in nature, do all these good habits, and your life will become so good that a dip will be insignificant. If you haven't already experienced it, put this video to watch later and come back to it when it happens, because you will know when it will happen. You will know that, oh shit, that was a thing. I'm in the thing that he was talking about. You will know when you're in the dip. So come back to this video, because I wish I had a video like this when I was in that low period. I wish I had someone tell me that there is hope. There is a way out. I hope I am that person for you. I want you to become a winner, to overcome any difficulty you have in your life. Get on self-improvement and follow my word. If you want to learn how to get on self-improvement, I'm working right now on a guide about how to start self-improvement, how to do it from scratch, and how to change your life. And if it's out when you're seeing this, it will be a pop-up like right here. But if it isn't, subscribe to see it when it comes out. Join the Discord, bro. I want to see you there. See you later. Mwah.